This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
Hello and welcome to Horsin Around. I'm Dr. Chris Blevins at Kansas State University Veterinary Health Center, joined today by Dr. Jason Grady. He is an assistant clinical professor here in equine reproduction and field service at Kansas State. So welcome, Dr. Grady.
Thank you, Dr. Blevins.
One thing that I think a lot of owners, they need to know about, and one is reproduction of the mare, and more specifically, when they're pregnant, and when they need to be looking at their mare or checking the mare, or how early could they check the mare to see if she's pregnant, and what would be the earliest, I guess, that they could check?
Sure. I think pregnancy in the mare is an exciting time. We've spent the year maybe planning to see who we're going to breed to, go through the process of breeding the mare, and then we have 11 months of anticipation potentially to hopefully have a healthy live foal.
Yeah.
And so as far as checking the mare, the early stages of pregnancy seem to be the most critical time frame where we're looking at. Maybe in the first 30 days, we've seen that up to 10 to 15% of pregnancies are lost during that time frame, and majority of pregnancies that are lost are usually lost in the first trimester or the first 90 days. And so it's recommended that we check the mare sometime around 12 to 16 days after the mare is ovulated or after her last exposure to the stallion.
Okay.
And this allows us to, one, check to make sure that the mare is pregnant. And if she's not, then we can plan for her next heat cycle. And also, if she is pregnant, we can try to rule out the presence of twins. And then, assuming we find a single pregnancy, just only one pregnant vesicle at that time, then I recommend checking again about day 28 to day 30 of pregnancy. That allows us to make sure that the pregnancy is progressing normally, make sure the fetus is developing normally, make sure we can develop or identify a fetal heartbeat at that time frame. And then if we can check them again towards the end of that first trimester, 60 to 90 days, either just with rectal palpation or ultrasound, just confirm that we still have a pregnancy going into those second and third trimester.
And I think that when you're saying those, especially the early pregnancies, you're through ultrasound, I guess, is a lot of those earlier ones to really see that. And the ultrasound helps diagnose a lot of different things if there's issues, I imagine, too, with pregnancy. Yeah. And with twins, or what would be something we'd be concerned with of twins in the horse? Because, you know, a lot of horse owners, they hear about twins and how evil potentially it could be, and why is that?
Well, I'm sure you've seen or you've heard the success stories where people had a set of twins that have survived normally, have mares carried to full term and had a healthy set of foals. Sometimes the clients didn't even know that the mare was pregnant with twins. But that's the exception to the rule and not the norm. Oftentimes, majority of mares will, if they are pregnant with twins, will lose one or both the pregnancies in the first 60 days of pregnancy.
Okay.
If they make it past that time frame, maybe they'll go ahead and abort those foals at around 6 to 8 months. If they do carry on into that last trimester, usually those foals are going to be born premature, maybe have some serious medical conditions. And so, going back to what we talked about earlier, if we can check the mares early in those first 12 to 14 days post-breeding, post-ovulation, maybe we can try to minimize some of those risk factors and try to help correct the problem if there are twins at that time.
Right, okay, well I think that's all great information. I think if you ever have any questions about equine reproduction, you can sure call and talk to Dr. Grady. Or if you have any other issues or questions you have, just give us a call here at Kansas State Veterinary Health Center. I'm Dr. Chris Blevins with Horsin Around, and we'll see you around.
Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego is driven by the spirit of American ingenuity. Come in for a new Chevrolet car, truck, or SUV. If we don't have exactly what you want, we'll find it for you. And we also have a great selection of used cars. We make sure you have an easy, fun, and transparent sales experience that saves you time and money. But if you want high-pressure salesmen and hours spent in the finance office, you'll just have to go elsewhere. Brown Chevrolet Buick in Wamego. We're making car buying great again.